News. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for August 10th, 2019.
Today on the show, we're talking the Marvel Sony TV universe.
Disney Plus service updates.
Disney also dropping some films.
The Crisis on Infinite Earths CW crossover snags yet another actor.
And last but not least, a update for the new Pokemon games. Stay tuned!
And welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for the
Victory!
Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for
Alright.
August 10th in 2019.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
And it is the microphone this time, because last time we talked off the webcam for a portion of the show, so.
Yes, we did.
I'm Nick.
Welcome, I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
We're here to talk about gaming, movie, and
Things.
random nerd news from last week.
How's it going, guys?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Super duper.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm good.
Things are great.
I need to shave.
You'll get used to
Yeah, you're fine.
That's the worst part. It's like when my hair gets too long, and that's the other
Does it
thing.
get
I'm
scratchy, like itchy?
Oh yeah, it's itchy.
Itchy for you? Okay.
Wow.
Kind of, but not all the time. Like it's just every once in a while you move your like cheek in such a way or your lip, and all of a sudden it's like because I'm not used to it.
See, I don't have that issue.
You shampoo it.
I did. I'm
Okay,
actually like shampooing.
I was gonna say
You
try,
all of this now.
You do.
try conditioner. Maybe a
I am.
conditioner. Maybe a conditioner.
Shampoo and conditioner.
I have, yeah.
It works.
Okay, wait.
Oh, the
all right.
2-in-1?
There's your problem. No. You need to.
Why I'm not itchy?
You need to use two.
well, yeah, no.
You need to separate those.
And it's
two.
not. It's not
I
like
do not.
it's not
Oh,
itchy.
yeah.
It's just like I say. It's because I'm not used to having hair there. So all of a sudden my cheek will do something that it normally does, and it's like there's something on your cheek. So I'm like,
I was with you before I met my wife. Like I would use the 2-in-1, and she'd be like, no, we're not.
Oh, when I had
Never.
when I grew my hair out, that's when when I used to have long hair. That's when I switched to
The double.
the separate
separate
bottles for each thing.
Oh, yeah.
Before I still have the giant bottle of Pert Plus in there
It
because
does
it
have
never
Pert.
went away.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it's not like shampoo goes
Even when I had
bad.
split ends and all of that stuff, man, from the long
no.
hair.
It gets
Split
bad. I'm
ends.
actually gonna get my haircut today, so this is not gonna stay.
Good for you. I refuse. I've
need
gone hobo mode for the summer.
Yeah.
But you're okay though. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
You can get a pass for that for the time being.
What? I'm the hobo mode. Activate.
I don't call it hobo mode, but
Hobo
it's
mode.
Oh, see that's what I did in high school 8,000 years ago. I put a toque on, went hobo mode, and all of a sudden I ended up with long hair, and I'm like, okay, I can't get to that point again.
I'm
but-
getting to that right now.
at this point. And
Although the nice thing about having really long hair is bedhead doesn't really get me. For some reason, like the longer my hair, yeah, I had to have for the longest time. Like, if my hair is like medium length, I'll get bedhead real quick. But if it's like long, I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know.
I get it.
I don't understand.
Oh, no, I get it.
I don't know. Science.
I don't know. Either way,
Speaking
now
of-
that that's done with,
Speaking of,
the fashion segment of our
yeah, we're
We
pros
need
at
a
this.
fashion
Ask us
sign. We have a
AMA.
sports sign. We need a fashion,
sign.
AMA. Ask us anything about fashion.
That's how we'll go through all the segments.
I have
It's
a
like,
lot of Pokemon hats.
for fashion news,
They're all great. Pokemon
grooming
hats.
and fashion
I have
news.
Sports teams hats.
Great Pokemon hats. I'm gonna get a lab coat next week.
Disney stuff.
Apparently.
That would make sense. Either way, on to the news.
Let's get into it.
Sony, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it's just one of
Unfortunately.
those things they just keep
They,
doing.
yeah, well,
Because
you
they
know,
have
they've
they
got-
have
it
one
makes,
property.
It
and
makes
they,
them money.
They have one property.
got
and they're
James
gonna,
Bond too.
Well, no, they have one property that they're just going to keep trying to milk because
They-
if
until-
Marvel and Disney can do it, Sony
Anything
and Marvel
you can do,
it.
I can do better.
So Sony has said they are launching a Marvel TV universe,
With Spider-Man
and it's just Spider-Man
things.
properties. So it's by the guys that
Yeah,
did
that's
Into
all
the
they
Spider-Verse. It
So
will
now I think
involve live action and animated stuff.
So yeah, that's my sort of follow-up. Is like, is it a shared thing, or is it like
I
this
would
is the
assume
episode?
so.
This is the show about Miles Morales.
What
This is
they've said is
this is the
it's going to be kind of like the Arrowverse. They're all connected, but they'll run separately. So like
They'll have crossover events.
and then they'll have their own crossover.
That
event.
seems bold.
With the Spider-Verse.
but it's with Spider-Man people.
That's still bold though.
And again, my problem
the
is
the CW Arrowverse stuff kind of just happened.
Yes.
It just happened. Like
Yep.
it doesn't. They didn't plan to have Batgirl. They didn't have plan Legends of Tomorrow wasn't even like a comic.
Yes,
it just
was.
Yeah.
not like what they,
Not like what they did.
not what they did. Like but the way they never planned for any of that when they first started Arrow. They just wanted to do Arrow.
Right, and then the Flash ended up working.
Yeah.
And that's the piece. Once the Flash worked, you knew that the CW
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's like
The money train starts now.
Exactly. With how many other things can we do?
Yeah. Well, because they've got nothing else. That network is...
Yeah.
They're rebooting Gossip Girl at this point because they're out of ideas.
Supernatural's done
Supernatural. Well, then that's the funny thing. Like, my wife points out, CW used to be very much like the Gossip Girl and the Gilmore Girls and like all of those shows where people would watch for that kind of stuff.
Smallville.
But more of the not superhero stuff. And she's like, well, now they have nothing that attracted their original people. Like all of the females aged, 18 to 40 sort of thing. Like that demographic.
That's a big demographic.
Well,
Yeah,
it's two demographics, but it's the people that grew up with the CW watching it, have transitioned now to like the W network because they're the ones that are showing all of that kind of more girly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote.
Where does Riverdale fall in that? Is it in the middle of
It's
that?
CW, so it's their attempt,
Yeah.
but it's also available on
Netflix.
everything else. So
So yeah.
no one's
Why
watching.
go to Why go to CW?
Why go to the network when you can
Have
watch
they
it on something
announced
else?
what kind of properties they're gonna do? Like what Spider-Man they're doing? Like,
No,
I would assume the same ones that were in the Spider-Verse.
no.
That's gonna be expensive.
They do want to stretch and do some other stuff.
Well, no, like you think the animated, that's probably where Spider-Ham is going to be.
Spider-Man, he might get his own.
Spider-Ham's easy to do. It's
Echo.
Like if you've ever watched that
I haven't watched
behind
it.
the scenes, not
Sit.
behind the, it's like an extra on the Spider-Verse DVD. It basically shows Spider-Ham like minutes before his intro into the film, which is actually kind of funny to watch. It's not relevant or anything, but it could I could see that being a quick 12-minute episode kind of thing.
I feel like this is where like Morbius might end up.
Yeah, because I don't
That rumored movie.
That rumored movie that I don't think was gonna go anywhere.
Oh,
like-
I mean, Leto's going to be down to TV shows?
Right, like no, because then they won't use Leto. They'll just do something
no-name.
else. Yeah. You say and see, like no name doesn't. I don't know. Like
I'm
it
not saying
depends
that's
on-
a bad thing.
And it depends on the TV and the level that they're going for. And that's my problem is Sony's not going to aim for
Quality.
the quality we're now going to get out of Disney Plus stuff.
I think it's going to be also that expectation of like who's that character that they're putting on in in the Sony TV show. He's related to Spider-Man. How?
Right.
it's they're pulling real thin here.
Well, and if they're going to go with any Spider-Man
J.
ones,
Jonah Jameson TV show.
so it's just Fox News.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's because
That's
we
about
need
it.
more of that.
I don't know.
That's their subtle jab at in the political line.
But that's
Follow
I'd
Robbie's
like a-
younger years where he was
I
more
could-
ambitious and
I could
Maybe.
see a Sable
solved
Eye thing.
crimes.
I could see a Sable Eye thing. Exclusively Sable Eye, not like Sable Eye and Black Cat kind of thing.
Miles Morales' dad.
Silver Sable.
Sable.
Silver Sable.
Sorry, I was thinking of Pokemon.
No, you're good.
Miles Morales'
Yeah.
dad.
Silver Sable.
His
Crime
dad,
show.
Crime show. See, and that's the piece. It's like
And then at that point, it's basically like Batman Begins, or not Batman, Arkham.
Arkham.
Or no, Gotham.
But you
It's
have to
basically
do
like
have to
Gotham.
do shows like that because unfortunately, having Spider-Man swing around in live action is going to cost you
A lot.
a butt ton of money. Doing a movie-esque or an animated thing like Into the Spider-Verse is going to cost you a buttload of money.
No, anime is cheaper.
Not that animated. That's
Yeah,
the piece.
the-
that cost
The Spider-Verse movie was
right.
all
That
kinds
cost
of
money.
and there was all types
Regular
of animation.
animated, sure, because you ship it off to Malaysia and it's done. Like that's what most of the cartoons we watch are done somewhere in Asia.
How does this factor in with every like Spider-Man from the Disney XD channel? Like it feels like every 4 or 5 years there's a new Spider-Man show.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate,
Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah, like it's how does that factor in with their stuff? Because
Lord knows.
Disney XD I thought had some pretty good
Have a Venom show.
A Venom show.
like they've done Spider-Verse
A
crossover
symbiote
stuff
show.
in that Spider-Man TV show.
Symbiote show.
So
Yeah, I don't know what they do. Like
But-
that's my thing is like they're saying
How
like
many shows did they say they're gonna do? 5. Oh, okay.
one a night.
Miles.
good.
A Miles one.
Well, you got to keep up with the CW.
You don't really need to
Peter
keep up with it.
Parker.
The CW's crashing themselves.
Well, but again, that's the problem. Is Sony's probably looking, going, okay, they've got Arrow and Flash and Legends and
now
Batwoman
Batwoman,
and Supergirl.
Not Batgirl.
Like,
yeah, very different characters.
but that's what I mean. Like, they've got 5 shows. They've got 5 nights pretty much pegged of television.
Supergirl, yeah. that's
Of
big.
like their DC stuff. So Sony, being Sony, is going, well, if they can do 5 nights, we can do 5 nights, and it's like, guys, whoa,
So
because
they're
like you
just
say,
taking
it's
things from CW and they're taking things from
Disney,
and they're trying to.
yeah.
If anything,
And
you
looking
can
at
do, I can
DC
do
and what
better.
Marvel, how they tried to like boost into the like, okay, well, let's get Justice League out because Avengers did so well,
No.
and it's like, guys, you can't do,
You have
don't
to-
play catch up, play an actual game of like slow play this. Start with a J. Jonah
I
Jameson
think
show
they're
or a
probably
Robbie
worried
show.
about
Or,
Disney eventually buying Spider-Man back.
I don't know how that contract would work.
that would be
I think that would be
very-
their concern, is because I think maybe the copyrights you can hold on to the TV ones longer than you can the movie.
as long as they keep making stuff.
Yeah, but the TV show, because you're doing it every
Every-
season,
yeah.
a movie comes out every couple of years. This way, the TV show, you can keep it going for that long.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
We're
And
not
that's-
lawyers. We
well,
don't know how to lawyer.
But that's the
I've
piece.
been playing
The only-
Phoenix Wright.
That's my only extent of
I
lawyer.
can lawyer.
Objection.
Objection. He's that's a horrible example of what
Take that.
I can lawyer.
Take that.
I can do it.
He's also slash a detective slash a
Yeah.
slash.
Batman.
Doesn't matter. He started out as a lawyer.
Yes.
And I can do that.
Objection.
But yeah, like it's one of those things where if Disney was to get Spider-Man back, it wouldn't be like a money thing. It would be a tradesy thing.
Trades
What
for
would they
though?
trade for? Like sports?
Well, no, like they
I guess
have
they can't
so
do
many
that,
IPs
Yeah.
that it would be like, okay, we get Spider-Man, but you get, and at that point, Lord knows, like, give them Avatar because no one cares except they own the park now, so it's kind of like, but like something big.
Alien.
You can make as
Sure.
many Marvel video games as you want.
Or give them the exclusivity to, Marvel video games.
Well, they've been at that right now. They've got that Spider-Man. Obviously, they have Iron Man coming out.
Yeah, but that
That's all.
Avengers game is out of Square.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, like, give exclusive video game rights to Sony.
Like give.
I would do it.
Slash making sure only Insomniac is the only ones that do it.
But let Sony make the choices, and obviously, like that's the piece is. I feel like Sony's gonna either ask for a buttload of money or
They
some
would ask
or
for-
some IP.
Oh, yeah.
If you were
with it.
if you were Sony and Disney rolled up and said we want to buy Spider-Man
Right.
back, how many zeros do you put on that end of that check?
Oh, exactly.
7.
Well, like
8.
Universal with the Hulk, you just keep adding zeros every time Disney rolls up.
What was your last movie?
Yeah.
How much did that make?
We just want all of that, thanks.
And legally, yeah, they can do that. Like it's
Sure, it's their property until they don't make a movie long enough, and then.
But that's why you do the TV shows. You pump it out every season, you hold on to it.
But I think they're still separate.
But still, you hold on to the
You
name
own on
rights.
to the TV rights.
The name rights.
You'd lose the movie rights.
Name rights.
I still kind of would like as complicated as that contract would look like. I do want to see what that is and what Sony bought from Marvel back in 1999.
Spider-Man.
Like
And all his related characters. Because that's all they wanted, this is the best part, if you actually look at that one, Marvel offered them for, I think, $20 million. Everything. The rights to everything.
I remember that conversation.
And they're like, we'll give you $10 million for Spider-Man. And they're like, okay. And now you look at it, and someone at Sony's just like,
Whoops.
I could have had
Avengers.
the MCU for $20 million.
It wouldn't have been as good.
It wouldn't. And again, you have to look at it going
It wouldn't-
retroactively. You don't get Kevin Feige, and you don't get
Or maybe you do get Kevin Feige because he comes with it all. Maybe.
I don't know, but you wouldn't have gotten all of that support that they've gotten from Disney. You wouldn't have the MCU, but still for $20 million, like you lowball them to 10 for one character and all of his subsequent properties.
That's the subsequent properties that I want to take a look at.
90 characters. This article I read said they own up to.
But
90
they don't know.
characters.
We don't know. No one knows. It's so gray.
Well, and
I think
that's
it's
where
It's
yeah,
all the Spider-Man characters.
it's anybody who's appeared in as a Spider-Man character first. So like Kingpin doesn't count because he's a Daredevil villain.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Whereas
Venom would be Spider-Man because Alien, the black
Right.
suit stuff.
Green Goblin, all of those guys.
Octopus.
I think the one guy that plays a weird mashup is Juggernaut. I think he can
X-Men.
go into both.
For some reason, I always associated Punisher with Spider-Man, but
He's
Like-
his own property.
yeah,
Only because he was in that 90s cartoon.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Well, that's where
3
we
episodes.
associate a lot of stuff. Was the 90s cartoons and all of that jazz. But like there's a lot of characters involved. And when they say 90 characters, they're talking about J. Jonah Jameson and
Yeah,
Robbie
everyone.
and
The
Mary
small
Jane and
stuff.
Gwen Stacy and like those characters belong. Like they could do a Gwen Stacy show.
Sure.
They own the rights to that character.
Oh God, please don't God
The
no.
Prowler.
They
I would
own
watch,
the Prowler.
I would watch that.
But again, like that's I don't know how you
Prowls.
make TV shows out of most of these characters. Like even Norman Osborn, you're gonna make a show about an evil scientist,
Yes.
and a show.
Cast
like,
Willem Dafoe.
but that's
Just
the
call
thing.
it.
Like
Just do it.
A show doesn't work. Movies out of some of these characters, I can sort of understand.
But they're so side charactery. That's the problem.
Some of them are very side charactery. Like
It's like
Norman,
Flash Thompson.
Sure, unless he's
Um,
Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent
Unless
Venom.
yeah,
Like Agent Venom, cool flick.
yeah,
Not a good TV show.
exactly.
'Cause
And
again-
and then on top of that, like if you're doing Agent Venom, you might as well get into the Guardian stuff after that. Oh, you don't own the Guardians,
Right.
So it's
But
like
and then the other piece is it's like doing Ghost Rider on Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep it up. Because again,
That was pretty-
flaming ghost head or skull head costs
Kind of expensive.
flaming skull
way
head,
too much
flaming
money.
car.
yeah. Like the effects
It's
cost
cool.
way too much. So most of the time you're looking at Ghost Rider when he's not Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it's got to be.
Which
Well,
is I'm interested to see what the Hulu show will look like because
it'll have money.
yeah, it'll have money. It'll be more consistent
Yes.
because it's like is he going to be on the show next week? We don't know. Whereas on the Hulu, it's like yes,
Yes.
it is. He's going to be there.
Pancake, stop being. Thank you. Lie down. Nope. Sit.
Screw you.
Sit.
Screw you, human.
Thank you.
Screw you, human.
So yeah, it's one of those pieces where I don't
How
know.
do you-
I don't know how you make 5 shows, especially.
I'm
Animated.
struggling. Yeah, no.
And animated again, cool, but
I think the problem
You reboot the 90s cartoon.
they've been doing that for a long
yeah,
time
they
now.
keep rebooting unless legitimately just bring
or
back the 90s
or,
cartoon.
or here's the crazier part
With
about that.
new
Just-
episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like wherever that
Do
last
it.
one ended, and let
I
it.
lost track of
They
that
jumped
one.
into like they actually started going very Spider-Verse with it because it was Madam Web and like all of that kind
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
of stuff.
continue with that
Bit
shit.
at the very
Like
end.
literally, pick up where that show left
He
off.
was searching for Mary Jane at the end because she ended up going to a different universe.
Who knows?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, that can't be that. I'm not near the end.
Yeah.
That's the last part.
Wolf.
I remember that's the last episode I watched. She went through a portal.
That was it.
Yeah. That was it. You watched the last episode, baby.
Of Spider-Man?
Yep.
No, there's more to it than that.
I still think it should be a follow up. Literally, that would
Because
be very
watch
cool.
that.
because then they had the big crossover event where it was a bunch of different Spider-Mans. I never watched that episode on Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Those the '90s Spider-Man was on
Yeah.
Netflix. Man, I missed out on that.
I think it's gone.
Oh yeah.
think it's gone.
Oh yeah. It's got to be gone. I keep searching on Spider-Man to see Homecoming to watch Homecoming. So. Anyways,
Either way,
yeah. Moving.
No, it was. I would say there was a few more seasons on that.
let's. Look. Let's keep moving though.
Moving this train along into Disney properties.
Yeah.
More so Disney Plus stuff.
Yes.
They announced this week that they'll be bundling Hulu Plus and ESPN Sports into the Disney Plus,
yes.
a premium package, which gets me very excited because I own none of those things.
Because it's sports.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, ESPN.
I don't know. Is ESPN is I don't know how to sport. Is it worth like the
ESPN is not
$13
worth
it
it.
is?
Yes.
ESPN.
That's why
no.
it's being bundled.
Oh, I don't know.
They're trying to get people to watch
I'm Canadian.
ESPN.
I'm Canadian, and I like TSN better than ESPN.
I don't. They all
Because ESPN is a
all
bunch
these
of
letters
American-
sound the same to me.
They kind of all are. It depends on what sport you watch. It depends on the broadcasters. It's like watching the news.
Think dodgeball when they said the Ocho,
Yeah, the Ocho, baby.
because there were
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
different ESPNs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
so like as a regular old Joe, like for me, if I just get this bundle, because
You're gonna get a lot of football and baseball.
The Disney Plus and the Hulu Plus gets me very excited
Yes.
because I can watch
Yeah.
Hulu.
Yeah.
But the sports stuff, I was just like, that's an added cool bonus, I guess.
Is it?
Legitimately, I think it honestly, because Disney owns ESPN and people watch ESPN. It's just not the best out of all of them, as far as I'm aware.
And it's
That's
just
we're
those,
Canadian.
And it
That's
might
what
be
the Americans go off of.
Yes.
or we might not even get ESPN up here.
The Hulu and ESPN piece for us is still a question mark. Disney Plus is supposed
I
to
thought
launch.
Hulu was-
Yeah, we're getting Disney Plus. We're getting it later. But
We're going to get Hulu once Disney figures out how we get Hulu. Because the problem is most of the Hulu shows are on like Crave. Because distribution rights before they got them. So I think Hulu's going to be more of a mystery for us for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
We are supposed to get Disney Plus before the end of the year, though.
I thought it was like early 2020 kind of thing.
They said the last 3 months of the year, so it's...
Because I thought the last 3 months was when it was launching.
Yeah,
Like,
for
in
North America.
September or October is when it's going to be launching for
Oh, you would say September,
US.
say October.
US gets it in November.
Right. And
So
I thought
we will get it subsequently close to... No,
November, December-ish.
I thought we were getting it in like January, February.
No, we were supposed... North America, all of North America was supposed to get it
Okay.
in the last 3 months. It was their original, roadmap of launch periods. So we in Canada will definitely get Disney Plus at some point.
We will be getting it in Canada.
But that package I really, really want. Because, it's just like...
Minus the ESPN. If they had a separate, Hulu Disney package...
It would cost $1 less, because legitimately I feel if you look at the subscription cost of...
I also don't think that they would do that. They wouldn't make it like a pick your own bundle thing.
No, I think it'd be more expensive, but I think I would be willing to pay the extra little bit not to get ESPN.
Just don't want to support ESPN.
No.
Well, and then if you don't watch it, essentially you're still not supporting them.
But I'm paying it.
But really you're not.
I
Well,
am.
technically you're paying Disney, which
if you-
owns ESPN.
Yeah. They're going to keep funneling money in anyways, because Disney Plus is
Money goes in and then they get
$7
separated.
a month or whatever. Hulu is going to be $7 a month, and you're paying $12.99. So really, they're taking...
Well, okay, I'll remember
I'd be
this.
fine with doing it separate too. I really don't care.
Really just does not want ESPN.
That's really vocal about ESPN.
I
don't know anything about
I have
sport.
Sportsnet and I have TSN.
See,
I do
have
not need ESPN to watch college football.
See, I super have none of
College football!
That is what it's gonna be.
Is that a thing? Is that not a
In
thing?
the States, it's huge.
Is it?
College football, NFL,
College football
or MLB.
Yeah.
Would be the big three.
Okay, so here's my question.
I don't
then,
need those.
I don't really know much about casters or sports.
It's not the
networks
casters
or-
that are even
If
an
I just
issue.
wanted to watch an Oilers game,
No. Sports
You're
Network.
gonna have
Jeez.
a little blue line follow the puck or a
yeah.
red line follow the puck because that's a Fox thing.
That's true.
but I could watch a hockey game on ESPN.
Yes?
You would get American broadcasters.
That's fine.
Yes, you would get hockey.
You would get hockey.
I would be able to watch an
Really,
Oilers
but
game.
you miss out on Gene Principe.
You do miss out on Gene Principe. He's a national treasure.
Yes.
He's one of the Sportsnet guys.
He's a pun man.
Yeah. You'd love him. Oh my god. We
You
have to
would.
look up Gene Principe after.
Best of Gene Principe.
Professor Gene Principe.
I'm sure
Like
there's
I know
even-
Don.
We don't care about Don Cherry.
Don
we care
Cherry
about...
is becoming a racist old man.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
yeah. Don Cherry was cool a long time ago.
Okay,
And
would
now
I recognize?
he's
Would
he's very pro-Canadian and anti-everything else.
Yeah,
I recognize this Gene Principe person? But if
No.
I looked at his face.
probably not.
I can show you. his face.
We'll show you Gene Principe after. But either
But yeah,
way,
because that's my thing. Like, if I get this triple bundle thing,
Yeah.
which I'm very interested in,
You're not a sports guy, so that,
for you,
that would be
ESPN
good.
would be great. Yeah.
because it's
I
like I could just turn
absolutely-
something on and be like, oh yeah, baseball or something a little mindless that I can clean or something. And
Sports
listen to.
people, like people who watch on a regular basis, like that's the thing. I'll find a way when we didn't have cable for a while. I found a way to watch hockey.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd get the American broadcasting ones, and I could not watch it with sound on because I could not stand the commentators.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I'm
Is
very
it-
used to.
Is it because they're biased?
No.
Or is it just they're
Sometimes it depends on what teams.
If you want to watch everything,
Yeah.
sports-wise,
ESPN.
ESPN's the way to go.
Yep.
Just put it that way. There's just more emphasis on college football, NFL, and MLB.
And I'm okay with NFL
and
too.
a little bit of NBA. but
You will
as
not get
big.
CFL football.
All right, that's
Oh, yes, you will.
surprising.
Really?
There are some.
Go team! Because college
They
football is
started,
actually
they
bigger
started
than
broadcasting
the CFL.
into the States.
That makes sense to me. It's bigger for them. Yeah, they've
It's
got so many
huge.
colleges. Yeah, that rings no.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
I love the
A little bit.
in the hot dog costume.
Maybe a little bit.
Either way, ESPN. If you don't
sport.
If you don't already have like an affiliated sports network that you watch,
Do it.
then cool.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I
And
pay.
you'd be
I
great
pay
for it.
money for.
I pay money for my
for my
specific.
sports.
Yeah, I don't.
content.
Like I'm actually at the point where I'm thinking like after
Which will buy,
Disney
buy
Plus
cable
comes
for
out
it now.
and this whole bundle comes out.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of even just straight dropping Netflix. Like
That's it has been a discussion in our household where it's just
No,
like
I won't drop Netflix.
like I don't know.
we
I
have
know
a
I
very
won't.
hard time finding things on Netflix now.
Right, and like with Plex now and the way we can find things, like it's not.
See, I'm still too lazy to find things. It's just a matter of
I'll keep it.
like my thing with
I still
Netflix
got
is,
lots of stuff to watch. So
and every once in a while we turn it on and go, okay, there's a thing.
I just find that
But-
I'm always watching the same stuff. Not that I don't like The Office, like
Sure.
or like
but
Brooklyn
the office
Nine-Nine,
is going away.
or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or like I have my comfortable shows, but like I
Yeah.
want something a little bit fresh, right? And it's not like Netflix is cutting me any deals because I've been a subscriber since the dawn of time.
Well, see, and I found
you
a
don't
lot
have-
of stuff on like Prime Video now that I want to watch,
Right,
which is
and
taking
that's-
up a lot of my time.
Which is another like service that I was
I will
looking
get
at.
on that eventually.
yeah, like
Like
that's
if
one
I,
of those.
like
pieces.
if I drop Netflix and just go straight Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and then subscribe. to
Well,
Amazon
so even
Prime,
I would still want that.
like Crave in Canada has another bundle now for like you pay on top of your Crave subscription, but for $13 a month you get HGTV and
HBO?
I think that's an extra one.
is there any? Okay, does Crave do Food Network?
Yes,
Okay, how much?
that's $12.99 a month.
I'm not a
You get
Crave
Food
person.
Network, but essentially you stream Food Network shows off of Crave. So it's not exactly what you'd get off of the Food Network.
Okay, because I know Good Eats is coming back for another season.
So you'd have to look
So-
at Crave. They do show you like what you get from that extra subscription. So for like $20 a month with Crave,
At that point, it's cable.
it's cable.
It's basically cable. Again.
It is cable
because I know Amazon Prime
Crave is
does.
through Shaw.
Because I know Amazon Prime does that.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, you get your Amazon Prime stuff, or if you subscribe to like the Cartoon Network, you can get all of Rick and Morty and all of.
So Crave comes with
whatever.
I think it's 12 channels, and that's the piece. It's like Adult Swim,
Or Adult Swim. That's the one.
Adult Swim, Teletoon, the W Network,
Woo.
HGTV, Food Network. Like there's 12 of them that they bundle, and it's like and Treehouse is one of them. So like you're gonna end up with the.
And I think the big
minor
question is
kids
like how much
cartoon
Disney
shows.
like. What content Disney Plus is actually going
but
to be
yeah.
bringing? That was the
Treehouse
other
would be
question. It's
good
like
for some.
we know all these Disney Plus shows, but what else are they doing?
Yes.
Like we know The Simpsons is already going to be on there, which is wild to think about it.
Yes.
But what else are they doing? Like
See, that's the piece where the Hulu Disney Plus combo makes so much sense.
right, because Hulu
Makes more
Hulu's very much like modern TV shows too, right? Like
Yeah.
it's stuff that's on air.
From what I can tell, the
Hulu?
Yeah.
yeah, you get stuff on air. You get stuff on air
Do I get
with
Modern
commercials.
Family and
Yeah.
Parks
Yes.
and Rec?
But if you subscribe to it, then you don't get the
You
commercials.
still do.
Parks and
You
Rec
get
was
less
Fox,
commercials.
wasn't it?
Hmm?
Parks and Rec was Fox, wasn't it?
So yeah, then they would have.
They
it
would be on one of the two.
It would be on Hulu.
Can't be Hulu.
But that's the piece. So
And that's
like,
the thing. I've never watched Parks and Rec.
You
I
need to.
I feel like
Get
I would.
past that first season.
okay,
That
see,
first
that was my
season.
problem with season one.
I feel like I would just love that show because
You
I
do.
love all of those actors. I love all of them.
Well, okay, because I don't know how you feel about it, but The Office first season, that was rough.
It was
was
very-
rough,
It
yeah.
was very.
Parks
bad.
and Rec was the exact same thing.
They
That
I'm
defined
fine.
their
rough.
Then I'm
thing.
fine with that.
Once you get
Because
to season 2, things
How
are
many
taking off.
seasons is the Rec?
5, 6.
5 and 6. Less than The Office.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they make a I know their last season they make a comment about Chris Pratt bulking up.
Oh.
Was the season or show ending because Chris
No,
Pratt
no,
ended
no.
up? Oh,
No,
okay.
they felt it was a natural end to them.
Amy Poehler was smart enough to and subsequently people because I think that's another Mike Schur show, isn't it? Either way, like that's one of those.
So
Things.
yeah, like if because I think I would really enjoy Parks and Rec.
I really
Because
would
I
too.
love The Office. Obviously, it's
And
some,
that's probably where The Office is going, because Office is pulling off Netflix. I
Right.
guess.
But so that's the piece is once Disney figures out how to get Hulu into Canada, I'm sure we'll see the same.
But you have
Bundles.
you do have more than one distributor for shows.
Yes, the problem is the CRTC.
yeah.
Keeping us safe from
It's the same.
Which I'm
show.
fine with. They're keeping us safe from all the internet stuff, and that's cool.
Crave has
Kind
created
of.
a monopoly. They need Hulu in here to even things up.
Yes.
Okay, Thanos.
Perfect balance.
Okay, Thanos. Okay, Thanos.
If anybody can get stuff into Canada, it's going to be Disney. Like, Disney has the money to get strings pulled.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, when we talk about a lot of the stuff that's going on in the United States and Canada, like, anything where it's like, well, the government is beholden to these people because they just spend money. I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried about Disney, because Disney's not trying to, like, you know... They're not trying to push a horrible agenda. I mean, yes, they are trying to become a gigantic corporation.
Trillionaire.
They
probably
already are.
But, like, just shy of a monopoly.
Zillionaires?
They're catching up to Amazon.
Yeah.
They're catching up to Amazon.
Like, that's the piece, is, like, mega corporations, yes, partially run things, and yes, they should have to pay taxes, because that's how the world goes round. Like, all of that jazz. But if anybody, like, I'm not worried about Disney as much as I'm worried about some of, like, the oil corporations or the NRA or any of those people who are putting money into the government. It's like it's an entertainment industry. Like, it's not like they're gonna push. It's not like all
They
of a sudden
have their
they're,
own agenda.
It's not like all of a sudden Mickey Mouse is going to be pulling out guns at me like, hey,
or
guys,
being like, here's cocaine, try some. Like, you know,
drugs are cool,
Yeah.
guns are cool,
Yeah.
smoke.
The head of Disney would just run for president.
Iger.
Sure.
I'd take him. Not that I can vote, but I'll take Bob Iger.
They'll
Push
Bob
your own-
Iger
hey,
for
push your
president.
own agenda that way.
But either way, so we have
I would get Reggie before him.
we have the Disney Plus package, and on top of that, they've announced they're taking some of the Fox properties and turning them into Disney Plus shows. So we're getting Home Alone,
Yes.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Night at the Museum, and Cheaper by the Dozen.
And I've mentioned it to you before. I agree with 3 out of 4 of those.
Yes, I'm with you.
I'm indifferent about all of that.
Well,
Indifferent
but they
is-
could
yes.
make TV shows.
The question
so
is,
3 out
can
of
they make
4.
a show out of them?
Home Alone, I don't see how you do a TV show.
Different kid every week with his house being broken into.
That is a terrible message.
I know. All of a sudden, across
Terrible.
America, kids are like setting up their homes with booby traps every time a parent.
Yeah,
like,
you don't get.
I'm trying to think about like how a Home Alone show would work.
right, that's the
Exactly.
piece. It's tough. Cheaper by the Dozen, easy family sitcom.
Like, do you do a
Unless
20?
you do
Oh,
like the first
oh.
one where he was going on all these little adventures every week. He's doing this
No,
little
no,
thing
no.
with the parents not around.
No.
By the end of
It's
the season,
20
the parents come back.
it's-
Every season,
it's
parents
a-
go away and they
it's-
forget them.
It's Home Alone, but 24. Every
Yeah.
hour is something different.
But that's so
No.
that's the piece is
You can't do that.
Why
He's a
not?
Kid.
Yeah,
How's he getting around?
He doesn't get around. It's just these guys are trying to break into the house in the next over
For 24 hours, they're not trying to break
poor
in the
child.
house.
or
Yeah.
12 hours. Doesn't
That's-
matter.
if only he would have
torture.
called the police.
That's torture.
Or
No, I
use
think
social media.
I think that's exactly like the first one and a bit of the second one, where he just goes on random adventures throughout the day or days while the parents are gone.
It's
And
24,
the
but you
parents
only do 12
slowly
hours
come
of
back.
it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You only do 12. It's 24, but you only do
Yes.
half a day and
Yes.
Maybe that's how you do it, but I still.
And
don't
it's
see
not
that
like it has
working.
to be like one.
one solid 24-hour
Yeah,
block or
and
something.
it doesn't have to be one. It's just one show, one season.
But it would, that show or that movie was more than one day though.
That's true.
yeah, but it's an interpretation. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be
because it's gonna be like he spent almost a week by himself.
It's just Macaulay Culkin doing drugs. He's home alone. Like
He
it
can
has-
cameo in it for all I care.
Oh God.
He could. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, and
He was on the
the
Google
other
stuff.
guys.
He was-
He's clean. He's good. He's
better.
everything's-
He's better now.
and-
Yeah, Joe Pesci did that commercial for Google.
Get Donald Trump in there.
Oh. He can't. He's not allowed to do that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
that's right.
And when he, yeah.
But
But the other three,
I'm okay
I
with
could see Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a
easily,
Wimpy the Kid works easy.
I think.
Yeah.
Cheaper by the Dozen. You just make that a family
Yep, sitcom.
sitcom.
Night in the Museum is
And at
exciting.
the museum, I think you could. That's a very you could. I
You
think
could
you could turn that.
do that.
Well, there used to be a show, and this is a very Canadian thing, and I cannot remember the Daily Special is what it used to be called, and a mannequin used to come
Oh,
alive
and at night and get the
department store.
hat.
Yep.
Oh my God, I remember.
You do that.
Why do I remember that so vividly? Oh my
You're
God.
welcome.
Oh, I remember watching that every day or after
Every
school.
day. Yep.
Oh,
Like that's the piece is you do something like that where something new comes alive
Yeah.
every night and you
Something
do
new.
it.
Like,
or
double
it's
live, right?
like-
But one of them is plotted something.
I'm turning it into a very educational but hidden educational show.
Yes, but one of
Magic
the
School
one of the
busts the
characters
shit
is
out of it.
evil.
Yep.
They have like a wax museum with like Hitler there, and he's planning something.
Whoa.
Yeah,
way to
that's
go.
great on
Whoa.
the Disney Plus.
Yeah, on the
channel.
Disney Plus channel.
Hitler
and Stalin are planning something on the. Yeah.
Lenin just
There's your
ran
show
over the
right
side.
there. There's your show right there. They're plotting at night. They're
Ken-
plotting when they're in the daytime, when they're just
Ken
standing
Jong
there.
Il's
Ready.
right next to you. Ken Jong Il right
Yeah.
next to him. So appropriate.
Exactly.
Do it.
That's that. You're moving to
down.
Hulu. You're moving to Hulu Plus territory.
Yeah, you are.
I'm down for that show. I was
Yeah.
just an example. You can have other Napoleon or
Yes, you'll end up with a comedic
or
Napoleon.
Genghis Khan.
But I feel like that one's going to be a very educational, like edutainment
Yeah.
show, where it's very much the
it's
like.
You
very-
learn something
How will
about
we
the character.
Yes,
every
how will
week.
we stop Napoleon? Well,
It'll be a
in-
very like I could see it as an anthology. Like every episode is very different in terms
or
of,
that,
like,
yeah,
it's like what's happening
with
in the
one
museum.
main something that
Yeah.
travels throughout the like this. There's a security guard
Sure.
that travels throughout the museum, and he's the like centerpiece of.
It's like, oh, what are you guys up to today? Like,
Yeah.
or tonight, or whatever.
And then you find out that he's just like.
Or
know,
you have old security guards that are evil too, and you just go out the first movie.
Sure. I don't know what they're gonna do for that one. That one's a question mark.
My
It's cool
original
though.
idea.
The other two, yes, family sitcoms. Home Alone, I don't know what they're gonna pull.
Maybe make that as a family sitcom. Maybe
can't.
maybe Home Alone, but where there's two kids instead.
I think that's a second season type thing. I think
Yeah,
first season.
yeah. Don't blow your load in the first season. Though.
I think first season you have him.
You guys are it's expecting
No,
this to last
third
more than
season.
one season.
Third season. That'd be a third season because the first one he's at home.
Second
You
one, he
can't have
travels
the second-
on his own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's because the second one you can't have the
You guys
parents
are like
live again.
headcanning this really hard.
Well, there's 12 Home Alone movies.
Yeah.
Is there that many?
There's a lot. I think there's up to 5 or 6 now.
Yikes.
That's a whole. That's the
That is
Land
6
Before
too
Time, that's
many.
12.
Land Before Time has way too many.
That's 6 too many.
But
Either
then
way, you
third
got-
season, then you add the second child in,
You guys are really.
where he has to take care of a baby at the same time.
Yeah, we've got this. We've got this on lockdown.
I can do like 6 seasons of this, and then I might be a little done. But
I was already done when we started talking about season 1, but that's cool.
I can do this.
Either way,
hire me,
I'm,
Disney.
We've been saying that forever. I'm pretty indifferent about all these shows. I'm just more excited to have something a little bit different.
It's. I think it takes away because
And also,
from the
isn't
movies
Diane?
because there's a lot of movies
Yeah.
that Fox has,
Yeah.
and now you're turning them into some of them into TV shows, which I think
There's 5 Home Alone movies. The
Yeah, I
last
figured
one was a made-for
Yeah.
ABC show.
yes.
Either way, yeah. So all of those are coming in, continuing on the Fox and Disney train.
Well, Dark Phoenix was not very good.
With the not so great outings of the Fox film franchises.
specifically,
Doesn't that make you really want New Mutants?
I was at the theater yesterday.
Did they cancel that yet?
No, they officially haven't.
Yep, the first horror movie we're getting is the Doctor Strange
I know.
film. So
New
Mutants is very.
I was at the theater
It's not
yesterday,
Disney
or not
related.
yesterday, last
Yeah.
week, watching a movie. I'll talk about it later. But they had all these posters up, like Far From Home. They had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All these posters, and they had the original poster of New Mutants right next to all of them. I was like, that would have been out this weekend.
Yeah,
About last year.
it would have been out a lot of
Wow,
different
long time
times.
ago.
But like,
This weekend was that weekend was the original last date they announced.
yeah. So Disney did have a shareholders meeting. They announced they're about 3% down in profit earnings.
Because of
Part of it is Disney parks. So, and there's a big piece to this that they like. Disney's like, whoa, like everybody, cool your jets, because shareholders freaked out, as shareholders do.
3%'s
Well, no. So like, park attendance is down.
3% of like
Park-
$1 billion. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
But park attendance is
Yeah.
down after they just opened a brand new themed area, like Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
Land, the Galaxy's Edge place. Here's the piece, though. So, like, Southern California residents, where, like, they get cheaper passes, have been blacked out. They've not been allowed to use their passes because this new park's open, and Disney was like, it's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Their hotels have pretty much been booked solid, which they, like, that's new. So,
That's good for them.
hotel attendance and stays are up. Also, like all the neighboring hotels upped their prices knowing that people wanted to come to Galaxy's Edge, and Disney's like, that might have scared people away from coming into the park. So they're like, And then they also put their own things on, like early attendance and only so many people you had to book to get into Galaxy's Edge, like all of those things. So they're like, we deterred people ourselves from, like, overwhelming the park. Like, we kind of did this to ourselves. It will even out. Everybody calm yourselves down. Like, cool your jets. So the theme park, not a big deal.
And people are starting fights in there.
And yeah, now people, good Lord knows, people are fighting people and punching cast members in Florida. And
It is Florida.
well, no. So the one was in California, the other one was in Florida. So there was the fight in Toontown.
Oh yeah, that one.
That one where they
California.
That was California. They all got they all finally got charged though.
Good.
Because
Good for them.
well, when they all got taken out and taken to by the police.
Yeah, they didn't say anything, did they?
They all wouldn't rat on each other, and then that video came out, and the police were like, "Well then, now we can charge people with exactly what happened."
We can from the beginning, middle, and end of it
Right,
all.
like we can see who assaulted who, so a bunch of them ended up with charges laid against them.
Good.
Which was cool. The other one happened in Florida. A lady got mad because she didn't know how to use her Fast Pass, and it had expired or run out, or it wasn't time for her Fast Pass yet. Fast Passes, you have to show up at a certain time for them to be valid.
Yep.
She showed up, and the guy at the booth was like, "Sorry, like it's not your thing or whatever." And either way, she ended up punching him. And then started pressing buttons on his console, and luckily he was like the front end guy, so his console doesn't really do much. Like, it's not like he's a ride operator somewhere behind the scenes and this person broke in and slugged a guy.
Well, but if she did that, she'd be charged with endangering a lot of lives.
Right, so either way, he didn't press charges, but she's no longer allowed in Disney World.
Surprises no one. I'm actually surprised she wouldn't be allowed in any Disney property.
Oh, she's probably not allowed in any Disney property, but... Speaking on that one, fun fact, Barack Obama got kicked out of Disneyland.
For
smoking. Back when he was younger. And still in college. There used to be a chairlift, not a chairlift, it was called the Sky Chairs. But they were gondolas, that's what it was, that went on a track over the park. And him and his buddies were smoking on it. And so they got to the end of it and got kicked out because they were smoking.
Yeah.
And it's like, snap, Barack Obama.
He's just like us.
Yeah.
I'm sure they let it go.
They did that. He used it in one of his speeches a long time ago, and Bob Iger was like, he can come back as long as he promises not to smoke. Like Bob Iger made a joke about it. Yeah. Like they made it funny, but
meanwhile, some person on the Excel spreadsheet's like clicks on Barack name, like delete. Delete.
Whoops. Well, and I love it when people are like, "How do they keep people out of Disneyland?" And it's like facial recognition, like
software. I bet you they're leading techs in that.
Oh, they're the leading techs in facial software. Don't even get me. I feel as safe as can be in Disney, with all of the stuff behind all.
Talk about being safe in an airport.
Yeah. You think you're being watched and X-rayed in airports? You just wait till you go to Disneyland.
The cameras
violate you.
They know everything about me.
They violate you everywhere.
Well, and then again, as a weird offset, Disney had to defend themselves against the magic bands and the apps because they're tracking children and and it's like,
yes,
yeah, you didn't think and it's not like they're tracking kids as in like they're listening in on your children
or they're watching their movement or
right, they're tracking your kid every time your kid swipes into Dumbo. They're like, okay, or kids between this age and this age like the Dumbo ride.
Or it's like, I'm going to buy a hot dog.
Right.
Or a churro or something from this section.
They see where you're making purchases. They see what rides you're going on.
It's more like market research.
For them, it's insanely... Yes, it's research for Disney.
It's a target thing.
They're working on flow of the park. They're working on this.
And I'm assuming there is some sort of like fine print.
When you get your magic bands, yes.
I'm 99% sure that would be like, we're going to be tracking you, just so you know.
And again, it's not like they're selling that data off to people. Disney's like, they use their own data for their own data, and they've been doing it forever. Like, it's just the way it goes. It's Disney. Either way,
not like Facebook.
With the horrible reception of something like, Dark Phoenix, which on the DVDs they're now branding X-Men Dark Phoenix in an attempt to sell more Blu-rays.
I'm already gonna buy it.
I know you are, but
I might find it.
They added the X-Men part to it. It wasn't just Dark Phoenix.
Do you think they'll change the actual title card?
I bet you anything.
You think they're gonna change the title card of the movie?
Well, not that it matters. The title cards all come at the end now anyways, so.
That's true.
That's the new thing in films. Let's put the title at the end of the movie.
I don't know. I watched Detective Pikachu. It was in the front.
And at the back. Yeah. They did both.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that's that thing where it's
It's
with
not-
the horribleness of Dark Phoenix and some of their other films
Disney
not
is
making money.
Disney is deciding to drop a couple films,
Just all of them except
the-
for Avatar.
which is already in production, which makes sense.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Like there's the big marquee
There
titles.
was
Yeah.
one more.
But we are losing. There was a Magic the Gathering in production.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing that. Mega Man,
Die Hard.
the Die Hard prequel,
Good.
McClane.
Hey.
It wasn't going to star Bruce Willis.
I don't care.
And
Prequels are never always.
and unfortunately, the biggest hit is the Sims movie. Not going to be made.
Thank God. Thank God.
Unfortunately, we don't get. I still want to know how they pull off a Sims movie.
You know what?
Chronicle 2.
You know what though? I think people said that about how do you make a Clue movie? That's how they did the Clue movie.
But Clue is a mystery. Like in and of itself, there's a murder and people are trying to
How do you
solve
turn
it.
a board game into a thing?
I get that.
It's like saying let's make a game of life. board
Jumanji.
Jumanji was a book, but that makes sense. They did make
It's
a board game after the
board-
movie.
yeah. It was a board game.
The Game of Life would not make sense as a movie.
No, because it's life.
There's yeah,
Now you're pregnant. No, now you're bankrupt. Now
all in yeah.
You're hitting a lot of bad rules.
Yeah, like Clue kind of makes sense. There is a Battleship would have made
Let's-
sense if they would have made an actual like
film.
Alien movies.
A Transformer aliens.
Yeah,
Alien.
I don't need transforming aliens.
No, Aliens. Assassin's Creed
Oh yes,
2.
yes,
Assassin's Creed 2,
is
yeah,
out.
that makes sense. They're gonna drop that.
There was another 2 that was blocked out.
Chronicle
That was-
2.
Yeah, Chronicle 2.
So they're dropping things.
They are dropping movies left, right, and center.
Now I wonder where the
Commando.
New Mutants falls in all of that, honestly.
Exactly. That's.
Like
It's never
tech-
coming out.
It's Oh.
Technically, it's done, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's in post-production hell right now.
Yeah.
Like it's
So that's the piece. Is like
and they wanted to wait till all the actors were done their TV show commitments, which Game of Thrones is done.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Stranger Things is done. So, like, it shouldn't be that hard to get them all.
So essentially, the big news here is Disney's dropping them all right now, and over the next 2 years, is
I'm
going to
sure
go
they'll-
through that list.
Hitman 2.
That's the other 2 that was a video game one.
How to Talk to Girls.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank
I love how you guys.
Hi.
just
Hello.
response.
Hi. How much does a polar bear weigh? Just enough to break the ice.
Good
Hi.
opener.
Hi, I'm Tony.
How much does a polar bear weigh?
King Kong.
Like that's the thing. So they're going to go over the next 2 years. They're going to go through those movies,
They're gonna
see what the proposals
2
were,
to
and
4,
go.
I thought.
Huh?
2 to 4.
It's Disney. They won't. They're not going to spend.
And who knows? Maybe they'll.
And again, they're going to look at. There was one that was. Like there's some really bad titles on there where you're like, this clearly should never have been a movie. Done. The cool news of this, Fox Searchlight movies, which is like their
Fail.
indie films, are not getting cut. So any of like the little independent movies
That's
through
good.
Fox Searchlight are still going to get made,
That's good for them.
which
They
is
might-
good.
They might shift it to like Hulu Plus or maybe Disney Plus, even if it's appropriate.
Depends on the and Searchlight. Those movies make them bank because they cost nothing to make. Like they're all independent.
Sex Castle.
Not gonna get made. Just gonna throw that out
Maybe
there.
maybe the name has to change.
And the entire script.
Sex
Yeah.
Castle.
I'm just reading the list.
But that's what I mean. Like there's.
It does okay.
Tag was on Fox.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, it's more. None of this should come as any surprise.
No.
I think a lot of people should have seen this coming. Like, oh, well, they're buying Fox. Obviously, they're gonna drop things.
I think this was a good excuse to just like blanketly be like, we're dropping everything Fox was doing because woof.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no thank you. And at the same time go Deadpool, X-Men, and
The Heat
X-Men
2.
belong to Kevin Feige.
I think
The Heat 2.
Yeah, The Heat 2. That's what I needed.
more Sandra
more
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock with Melissa McCarthy.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes, the remake of that is now gone.
Cool. I
Again-
like that original one.
So if it works out, it will get made. You're just not going to get it in the
I
next
think
2 years.
And I think the other thing is the Kingsman 3 is like, oh man, if they drop Kingsman 3, all of them are real mad.
He was gonna start his own company to distribute.
I know.
Anyway, so that's.
I know it's like where does that lie? Like, did Fox own it?
No.
Does Vince Vaughn own it?
Yes.
Or not Vince Vaughn, Vaughn whatever his name.
Yes.
Wait.
Vaughn something or other.
Yes. Whatever his name
But
is.
like he owns that.
Someone brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Because the Kingsman is still coming out.
Yes,
under
the-
Fox.
the-
Whatever. the
prequel.
Yeah.
Troy McHedden.
Cool concept for a film, but cool.
And I don't care. Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
As long as he keeps making these films, I'm down. Like,
yeah,
they're fun
he's-
action flicks.
He seems to have a good head on his shoulders. He
Yeah.
knows how like dumb action fun it is.
Yeah. Well, again, I was watching The Kinsman, and it's the same as, almost the same, I feel, as John Wick. They wrote action scenes,
And then
wrote a movie
Yeah.
subsequently around.
Yeah, the plot
Around those.
Kingsman does a better job of the storytelling. Like, they've created the world and the
I was gonna
suits.
say
But Kingsman, John Wick also created the world. It's just very
The
much.
story is okay.
It's I know, but
The
that's
King-
my piece.
the
Is
King-
like
you can tell that the Kingsman comes from comic book background.
correct. Whereas John Wick is very much like when he goes to the suit thing and he's like, oh, I need an evening suit and a day suit. You're like, oh man, this world is cool. The hotel thing, cool. Kinsman just ups that game a little
It
bit.
just goes all the way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just comic. It's
And
just,
then
it's just
and then they go
comedic. It's just
comic
the
because the girl's got like
robot legs.
Well,
Not-
sword legs
sword-
or whatever.
It
sword
was
legs.
sword legs.
Yeah,
The,
sword legs.
the second one, the guy's got an electric whip.
Right, because
No,
well,
he had a robotic arm which shot out.
right,
No, the other guy had an electric whip.
yeah. Well, because they did. They went
yeah.
early James Bond with a lot of
Yeah,
that stuff.
and
Where
I'm
it's
like,
just
what?
like
This is just all
you know,
kinds
Jaws
of
and all of that
This
jazz.
is
Like
just
people
all
have,
kinds of fun.
yeah.
And Elton John,
Oh my god.
Kicking
best
ass.
cameo in the movie, I think.
Kicking ass.
Well, and that's how that guy got the job.
Yes,
as Elton
exactly.
John.
Yeah, backwards. Yes, I knew. I need to watch Rocket Man. I hear it's fun.
It's supposed to be good, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's again one of those movies where
Kingsman's. Yeah, I hope they don't.
that one I think will make it through, and maybe not through. Like it might just be one of those ones where it's like it's dropped, and Vince Vaughn's like, okay, cool, I own everything I need to own. I'll just move
Yeah.
to.
Vince Vaughn.
Sorry,
Matthew Vaughn.
Like Aaron Tegger.
Matthew Vaughn.
Matthew Vaughn.
Matthew
Yeah, Matthew
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yeah, Vince Vaughn is the.
Vince Vaughn's the actor. Sorry, yeah.
Matthew Vaughn. I think you're right.
Yes.
Well,
I'm looking it up.
All right. Either way,
yeah, like I hope that doesn't get.
there's a lot of stuff dropped. There's a lot of stuff you'll never know was in production. That
I
is
think
now
yeah, it's
gone.
just, it's like one of those things that you can see now, like in the light of day. Like, wow, there's a lot of things here. There's a lot of untitled movies.
There's
A
yeah.
lot of untitled.
It's like they
movies.
promised like this person a movie and that person a movie, and you're like
Matthew Vaughn.
Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they promised all these people movies and then just said like nope. Like now Disney's like, nope, you're not getting your film. Like whatever money you got, take it and go. Like go away. We might call you again.
Yeah.
Like
They're better on some of those.
well, but again, A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen done with Disney or done by like one
That
of their
could be
people
something
could be
fun.
kind of cool.
I could
Absolutely.
Like give it to Kevin
There's
Feige
nothing
to
wrong
do
with the
something with.
first.
honestly, I could see that being crossed over with something like 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's
Yeah.
because it was one of the characters was.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Like a
Like,
crossover,
you could
like,
turn it
straight.
into
You
a
build
Disney,
a universe out
Of
of it.
2000
Disney
Leagues-
universe.
2,000 Leagues Under the
Build a
Sea.
universe. No, because all the characters that are in it, you have their own separate stories. They come together to go take on some big bad.
It's a monster. It's a plot twist. It's a monster.
I like this idea. Hire me again.
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 I
They
can do
just-
the Home Alone TV.
yeah, he's working on Home Alone.
Okay, apparently.
Hire me for all this.
So either way, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
Uh,
Moving on.
more
I
comic
guess.
booky type stuff.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. We keep talking about it.
Well, because they keep dropping news.
Yeah, Brendan Ruth as Superman a couple weeks back,
Yep.
which was very cool.
Very
Very,
neat.
very, very cool. Well, I think this kind of takes the cake. They got Kevin Conroy.
Yes, they did. So
As-
spoilers. 3, 2, 1.
He's Batman
Well, sort of.
ish.
He's,
Bruce Wayne.
He's Bruce Wayne.
Bruce
He's
Wayne.
Old Bruce Wayne.
Now, are they saying
Are we
that
gonna
he's
get a new young Batman then?
Batman Beyond TV show? Oh, I'm gonna break this pen and put
So the cool thing is usually like the
I will watch
crossover
that
events introduce something
Yes,
that ends up being a something. Like that's where Batwoman was introduced, I believe, last year was through the
that's
crossover
what
event.
they did. Supergirl, even though she was in her own show.
That's how they
Brought
integrated
her
her
into
into
the-
the CW kind of family of things.
No, that's a separate set of episodes that they brought her in.
With Flash, but like
They still crossed over.
The crossover episode was big for her.
Yeah. So,
in my mind, because it's two separate networks at that point.
Yeah, with Arrow ending,
Next
Batman
season.
Beyond.
we need another show because they need one a night.
Batman
They need a
Beyond.
Batman character.
Terry Gillis.
And Batman Beyond is a fun way of doing something. Again, it just depends on, and it's not like they're shy on budget for that show.
No,
they find a way around.
Legends
a lot
is
of
really
things.
good.
Yep.
Flash is not half bad either. Like they had a giant shark.
Yeah.
In the Flash. So
Yep.
King
And
Shark.
the-
King
Yeah,
Shark,
and the
yeah.
monkey.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
So they pulled stuff off. So like Batman Beyond, not far. I could see that.
And it's a dark enough show where you can get away with like,
But it's
he's
It's
flying.
fluorescent.
not really.
Yeah, neon-y, but at the same time you can neon and then into darkness, and like you can play around with the lighting enough where it's like you can hide a lot of CGI stuff and not spend as much because you're like, yeah, he's flying.
I'm actually excited just because not because Kevin Conroy is gonna be Bruce Wayne, but this might be his first like I am Batman Bruce Wayne.
Yes,
like,
he has petitioned so much
face-wise.
for this.
Yeah.
Face wise, like he's always just been the voice. He's never been the face. Of
And
Bruce
then
Wayne.
the next rumor on top of all of this is Mark Hamill might play the Joker.
That would be amazing. Old Joker. We are totally going Batman Beyond on this. You
Because
have
Mark
him
Hamill's
playing
been
a-
on the show.
Yeah, he's been the trickster.
He's been the trickster.
But his performance as the trickster was basically Joker.
So that's the pieces everybody's like, there's been
old Joker.
yeah, so there's been word on the street that Mark Hamill
If I was
May.
Kevin
Like, that's the next-
if I was Kevin Conroy,
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd call up Mark and be like, "Hey, you're done with Star Wars, right?
Want to do something real fun?
You want to do something on your free time? Like you're not coming back for
If they
episode
bring-
9, right?"
if
He's like,
they-
"Yes."
If they would bring him in, then totally a Batman Beyond TV show.
Yo.
Yeah.
I might be back on the CW.
Just for that one show.
Yeah.
Like Batwoman didn't draw me in.
No,
There was
I'm not-
nothing.
I
And
can't-
that was one of those things like in the comics.
I think it's too late in the game.
Like to
Arrow's
jump
been around.
in.
Arrow's been around forever. Yeah,
Yes.
like Flash has been around pretty much forever.
Do you think though that if they were gonna do a Batman Beyond show, like, would they not have dropped that information at SDCC?
No.
Like, they would have been like, "We're doing Batman Beyond on CW."
No,
That-
because it's not quite a plan yet.
but-
Right.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how Kevin Conroy does as Bruce Wayne first.
He'll do
If
amazing.
Mark Hamill does show up
Yeah.
as the Joker.
Yeah. Well, and
like-
that's the piece is like do the slow because legitimately we've talked about this now every week since they've started announcing like all of the
this
guest
sounds
stars.
cool.
Is like this is, and again it's Arrow's last year, so they want to make it
A big
They
deal.
say every episode is going to be an event for him.
like they want to make it big, so they're making it big. But at the same time, I feel like if they're gonna launch another show, let's keep dropping all of these things, and then your
See how
last big
see how the
news
audience
thing.
see how the audience feels about it.
Kevin Conroy is playing Bruce Wayne. Hell yeah!
Like I'm already there. Like
Yeah.
it's you have me half there. Just do the Terry Gillis storyline. Just do Batman Beyond.
Well, and that's a way of not getting in the way of the.
But the problem would be you
Movies
already
and
have
all
a
that.
Bat character.
Don't care. Batman Beyond's super in the future.
Doesn't matter.
He's different
Same
enough,
thing.
I think.
He's
If they had an issue with bringing Batman in because Arrow is too similar,
Yeah.
they're gonna have an issue
And
with
that's
bringing
true.
Batman. When
But
That was the
But-
excuse they were using. They couldn't bring Batman in because the DC people wouldn't let them bring Batman in. And then the TV shows just started doing things and not asking.
yeah.
And
Like
then it started
there's-
working out.
There are like supercuts of every time they reference Batman in the CW Arrowverse, and there's a lot of times they reference Batman.
Yeah.
Without actually saying Batman.
yeah.
Yeah, but
The
they
most-
started like that's how they got Superman. Finally, was just
Yeah.
like
We're just gonna do them.
we just have to say super. Like all of a sudden,
We're doing Supergirl. How can we not say Superman?
Yeah.
They referenced her cousin enough.
Well, no, and then he flies in. Like all of a sudden, it's like, and here is Superman, and it's like, holy cow, they put
And he
Superman
looks
on
good.
TV,
And he looks good,
looks
and like
pretty good.
the
yada,
actor's
yada,
good
yada.
for
Yeah.
it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not bad.
I like
Like
it.
he's not. He's no Brendan Ruth.
Apparently.
JK.
I like Brendan Ruth as Superman. That was just a really bad movie.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
That was not Brendan Ruth's fault. That's one of those ones where it's like he
Paycheck.
portrayed Superman really well. The storyline itself was just really dumb. And not dumb like the old movies dumb, just a whole nother level of
It was
dumb.
just the writing was all over the place. It was not very good.
Well, because they tried to connect it. That was their problem. Either way,
But yeah, Kevin Conroy is for the first time becoming Bruce Wayne.
Wayne in a live action.
Yes, he's finally becoming Bruce Wayne for realsies. It's his dream come true after
My
how
only
many
thing,
years?
and thank God they're making it old Bruce Wayne, because he's not
He is not young anymore.
Well, he's not young, and he's not a looker.
Mm-mm.
Like, if they were trying to pull him off as the Bruce Wayne that he played in the animated show, like that's gonna
Harry
take a lot
casted a
of work.
new Bruce Wayne. Somewhere else.
Just have
Somewhere
another
else.
actor, but have Kevin Conroy
Voice
voice
him.
over the entire show.
I don't know. I wonder how Ian Glenn is gonna do in Titans.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, season 2. Yeah.
Because the trailer they showed him off.
So who I what?
Ian, one of the guys from Game of Thrones
Okay.
is gonna be Bruce Wayne in
In
Titans.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, if you roll your eyes at that, you should probably watch the rest of that trailer and see how many sidekicks are gonna be part of the Titans now.
All.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
The only one I don't see is Kid Flash.
I was just gonna ask if Kid Flash was in there, but
That's
if
the
he's
only
not,
one I didn't see.
then I'm not
It's
interested.
because he was moving too fast.
Huh?
Moving too fast.
I guess.
So,
I guess.
that's how you write Flash into a show without
He was
putting
al-
them in the show.
He was always there the entire
They
time.
have 2 Robins,
I was gonna say how many Robins are involved
but he hasn't really changed his name. Actually,
Is he Nightwing yet?
no,
yet.
he hasn't titled himself as Nightwing.
That'll be the arc of the.
And just near the end of the season of the first one, he burnt his costume. So
Yeah, so that'll be something. And then
I'm gonna need a new blue costume.
I need a new costume.
It needs to be blue.
I like blue and black. I want to strike fear into the hearts of people. No cape.
he's a ninja.
I can't remember what city he goes to.
He was already there in the show.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. At the start, he moved
Something
around.
port or something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an offshoot.
Not Gotham.
Suburb of Gotham.
Not Gotham.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close enough to Gotham where it's
Haven?
yes.
Bloodhaven.
Bloodhaven, where he can
Oh,
just
yeah,
show.
yeah,
It's like
Bloodhaven, yeah,
Kel's
yeah.
Kitchen.
Yes.
He became Daredevil, but he's not blind. Like, if
No,
you look
but-
at comics between Marvel and DC, that's all they ever did.
They copied each other.
Yeah. Oh, they've got a cool character. We need that.
We
We'll
get-
take an established character and put them into a situation.
DC just
like
made a magic character with wavy hands and a cape.
Yeah.
We can do that.
that. Yeah. Exactly. That's all.
In
it
the
is.
trailer, you see Wonder Girl.
Oh, good. Is there Super Lad?
Superboy.
Superboy or
the
Super
dog.
Lad?
Superboy.
Okay.
The dog. Whatever
Yeah.
Gizmo?
Crypto. Aqualad.
Okay. It sounds like they're just doing.
They're just doing Young Justice.
Yeah, except Young Justice is actually good.
But then they still have Raven.
No, I don't care.
They're
About, that's fine.
Starfire.
Starfire, Raven.
They didn't really show much
Is
of
there any?
Starfire, so
There is no Cyborg, right?
no, because
Because Cyborg is in the other one.
He's in Doom Patrol, but you could probably easily move him over if you want.
Yeah.
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy's there, but once again, Starfire and Beast Boy you don't really see a lot of.
They cost money, yo.
One turns into animals,
Yeah.
the other has like fire or energy all over her.
And the villain is Deathstroke.
No way.
Really?
For the Titans, I know, right?
What? Who else could they have used?
A lot of guys.
Money.
Terra. They need to bring Terra in.
It all has to do with money.
One guy, but he's got a mask and a sword. That's so
and
cheap.
and his children are there.
Oh, God. I hear Titans is good though.
It is good.
It just
It just looks
it's a
like
lot of
this.
fan service.
Well, like we were talking about the
This
other night.
second
What do you
one is
do
gonna
now?
be-
Deathstroke versus superpowers.
Well, but
but that's the point about Deathstroke. He's supposed to be.
He can take them on because he can do it.
I get that, but that many superpowers?
Sure.
Kryptonite.
He's
Whoa.
like-
You've
he's-
taken out,
2.
two people.
He's like bad Batman.
You fight on land, and Aqualad is
Light.
useless.
He's Batman light, not
Batman
Robin.
Light, yeah. Not Robin.
Not Robin.
Aqualad is useless on land.
All right, Wonder Girl.
You just beat her up.
Okay. All right.
As she's teamed up with Beast Boy, Starfire,
You don't know
Robin.
about Beast Boy and Starfire.
I'm deeply confused about Titans.
I'm
in
kinda-
general.
it
Oh,
makes me wanna
sorry.
watch
I forgot
this.
to say that properly. I'm deeply confused by the Netflix original Titans.
I still want to watch it. It looks.
Ba-bum.
They are going crazy with it now.
The Netflix original.
Well, I wonder how long I like if this might be the last season, just
Yeah,
with
'cause
all
this-
of the DC stuff.
The DC streaming
'Cause they
stuff
wanna
is
start
not
It's on the
straight.
DC.
Oh no, they want so DC streaming stuff is gonna because
Swamp Thing. Right?
Warner? Who owns DC?
Warner.
They want to start their own streaming service.
That's why Friends is getting pulled.
That's right. That was the other one.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, that's why Swamp Thing got booted, because all of a sudden they're like, oh, it costs $1 bajillion, and we're going to start our own streaming thing. So
You just added a whole bunch of characters with powers, so...
I know, so now it's going to get real
It's going to be a
expensive and all this stuff.
Titanverse.
Yay!
Yeah, that's what exactly. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted a Teen Titans sequel, like the proper sequel
Yes.
from like the old show.
There's also some minor characters, and I can't remember their names, so...
Yeah. But
Dove and...
Apparently, they teased the Teen Titans Return series at the end of the Teen Titans Go movie.
Yeah.
Apparently, the post-credit scene in that movie is literally the same actors
Yes.
and the same art style of the original show.
Yes.
Saying that we might have a way to come back, and then like cuts to black.
But they did a Teen Titans versus a Teen Titans Go
Yes, but like,
movie.
yeah, but like, I don't know if that's a season 6 or something. That people still want a season 6. I want a season 6, but
Teen Titans versus
hey, if
Teen
Clone
Titans
Wars
Go.
can come back.
I know.
Either
But
way,
that's Disney money.
last bit of news.
Last piece of news: Pokemon dropped a 2-minute-ish trailer, just detailing some more things about Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out.
Really?
A little bit. They they introduced the new rival gang called Team Yell,
Yes.
if I remember
Team
correctly.
Yell.
And they are big fans of Marnie.
One of your rivals.
One of the rivals.
One of.
You get 2 rivals, it looks like.
Two
And that's fine. That's very typical in a Pokemon mainline game. But they also introduced new Pokemon.
Yes, they did.
Kind of.
Basically, all
Yeah.
all of the leaks are basically coming true.
Yes.
So they've introduced...
They need to fire that person that's leaking.
Yeah, that's not happening. This game's already done.
Just saying.
This game's already freaking done.
Yeah, but if you're having this many leak issues,
No, it happens all the time.
fire them.
It happens all the time. And if you're a big
Gotta
enough
find 'em.
if you're a big enough profile game as Pokemon,
Fire
leaks
everyone.
gonna happen. Leaks gonna always happen.
Fire everyone.
That's why they had Leakachu. Detective Leakachu. So there is a new Galar form for Wheezing,
Wheezing.
which obviously Coughing will have one. We just haven't seen it yet. But he is very formal.
Yes. Top hats.
He has a top hat.
I thought those were pipes.
It was a top.
Stacks.
It was a
There's-
smoke.
it's
smokestack,
stacks,
but it's also a hat.
So
it's also a
think,
little hat.
because this is supposed to be the British Isles, or like UK, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
yes,
based
it's
off-
the industrial smokestacks,
But he's also a top hat.
but they work it in as a top hat, so it's both.
Yeah. So he is a poison fairy type,
Yes.
and they've actually written something about the way that he's changed in Galar. Apparently, he sucks in all the bad, like poisonous smoke and breathes out like fresh, clean air. Apparently,
He's the reverse
He's
of
re-
the
he
of
is
the
reverse-
industrial.
Yeah.
he's reverse coughing and reverse wheezing. So they've introduced that. There are new Galar forms for Zigzagoon, which makes him look like a skunk.
Yeah, he
He's
all
black and white now. He's got tongues coming out of him.
well in the
Kiss.
smoothness.
It's basically Gene Simmons.
Yeah, people are going Kiss. When I first saw him, I thought really quickly, Wind in the Willows, like Mr. Toad and those guys, because like the Weasels were the bad guys, and they literally made them look
Yep.
almost like those kinds of characters.
So yeah, we're gonna get a Galar
Galar.
form of Zigzagoon, Linoon, and he's getting an actual evolution called Obstagoon.
Yeah,
I
where
think
he goes very Kiss.
it was very Gene Simmons. He's got
Oh yeah.
he's got the cross on his arm. He's got the tongue sticking out. He looks
He's got
looks
the
like
pads going on.
he looks like he's ready to roll.
Yeah.
So that's super cool.
You need the Beatles in there somehow.
I can see that. That's gonna be the legendaries. I can see that being the legendary thing.
a bunch of bugs.
Yeah, like
The
the legend
Beatles?
4 legendary bugs
Who?
based off of.
Dude, there were 5 Beatles.
Yeah, there was 5 Beatles,
The Who.
but I can
I
see.
know there's so many. That's why when like
Rolling Stones.
so Brian asked after that, he's like, "Is this supposed to be like goth or rock and roll or what? Like
All.
what? And it's like it's based in the UK. It's all like that's all. The correct answer is all.
So I'm excited to see that there is a new Pokemon they introduced, Morpeko, which has 2 forms, full belly mode, and he looks really cute.
Pikachu like.
Pikachu.
Almost like Pikachu, almost like Mimikyu. Like he's got the yellow body,
Half
and then
yellow body. Isn't
half
it?
yellow body, half like brown body or something
Yeah,
like that.
some weird.
But then when he gets real hungry, he gets into hangry mode. He turns into hangry mode, and all his aura move or aura wheel turns into a dark type move, and he gets real mad. And can't think that they basically based off Pokemon on our lifestyle. Because I just want to feed it a Snickers bar.
And there's the cross promotions.
I'd do it. I'd buy Snickers more.
Would
I'd
you?
do it. I did it with Kit Kat when they did Oreo, or when they did Android Kit Kats.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, they introduced that. What else did they introduce in? I think
In the Japanese one, they announced the new like AMI type thing, so you can give your Pokemon jobs.
Oh yeah, no, they introduced that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they officially announced that too. There's a Pokemon job system where people will post jobs in like the Pokemon Center or equivalent.
So
And it'll be-
labor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Hard labor.
Huh.
So you can send your Pokemon to do hard
They're
jobs.
not
And they'll
slaves
gain
or
and they'll
anything.
gain experience.
Yes.
They're not slaves or anything.
No.
Where you're
Hard
trapping
labor.
them and
Hard labor.
send them out
Make
to
them
do
do
labor.
jobs, yeah.
They're not
What's the
labor.
what's the
So
worst
in the
example?
Japanese trailer, that was actually in it. They
Yeah.
showed video.
They're not slaves.
What are you
Not
talking
at
about?
all.
What are you talking about? I just
So,
captured
yes.
that. I'm just their master.
I am glad they are bringing back the regional evolution.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because I thought that was the best move they made in the Alola games. Was
Yeah.
you know, it's like, oh,
So
they
the-
adapt to their environment, and it's
So
like,
if
hell
that-
yeah, they do.
So if that's coming true, then that means we're gonna get a new Farfetch'd, because that's one of the big leaks.
Is that one of the big leaks?
Yeah, one of
Well,
the
that
big
would make
leaks.
sense. He's
Sir,
already got the.
He's got a
Yeah,
a
like
leak.
Top hat.
He's got a leak.
He's already got the leak, so give
So
him give
I
him a
can't get-
monocle.
and a cane. Swap the leak out with a
Done.
cane.
Yeah,
Done.
Give him a hat.
Yeah.
Surfetched.
Surfetched. Give him a little mustache.
Yeah.
Give evolution.
Yeah, give.
Or maybe,
Farfetch'd.
Farfetch'd evolves into Surfetched.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I'd be down for that. I'd dig that.
Yeah.
Finally
So-
give Farfetch'd an evolution.
Yeah.
You mean a reason to use him?
He's cute as shit.
It's
Man.
not a reason to use him.
I know.
Caterpie's cute.
Yeah.
You level that one guy.
I yeah, leveling him up.
99.
Mother,
Bring it on.
Take on the Galar League with a 199 Caterpie.
Caterpie.
Yes.
Sir Caterpie. It's got a little
Try-
mustache.
try it.
Yeah,
Try it. Stop the evolution.
for everything.
Yeah.
There are videos on people that do that. I never click on them because I find it too clickbaity. But it's like, I beat the Pokemon champion with a level 99 Caterpie. I'm like, that's nice. I don't care.
Solar Beam.
I don't think he learns Solar Beam.
He can do it. Why can't he do it?
Caterpie?
Why
He's a
can't he?
bug. He's not a plant-based Pokemon.
He's close enough.
Man, you getting past the hack checkers at Pokemon tournaments would be great. Just to watch you, like,
Why does your Caterpie know Hydro Pump and Solar Beam?
and Fire Blast, and
He's
and
amazing.
Psychic. What? I don't think he actually knows any of those moves. Thanks.
He's
GG.
amazing.
GG.
Because he's Caterpie, yo. Have you ever evolved a Caterpie to level 99? I don't think so, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Great. Great conversation. Great talk. Next.
Why does your Weedle know all the same stuff?
It's like you actually wrote it on the sheet too. It's not like you're trying to slide it in. You had it in with those moves. It's like, oh,
Exactly.
cool. You're not hiding it at all.
Have you ever leveled one up to 99?
Done.
No? Don't even know. Can't talk to me.
Done.
So yeah, more Pokemon stuff. I am just ready for this game.
Can I catch them all yet?
Nope.
Why not?
Let's be honest. Did you catch them all before?
I made an attempt. Did I ever do it? No, but
There you go. I think if you actually
I made an attempt.
I think if you did a poll of like if you actually caught all of them, I think a
That's
good
it. I'm
solid
gonna go back. I have blue on my DS. I'm just gonna
Hit
go
it,
do
yeah.
it.
I think a good solid like 70-80% people will be like, no, I didn't actually
I'm gonna
catch
go
them
do
all.
that goal again.
I know
Unless-
it's not the catching them all. It's
like,
again. It's
I'm a
that piece of-
collectible
It's
person.
Good luck.
It's taking that aspect out.
You know some of them you
I'm
can't.
a-
You actually can't get some of them anymore.
He can. He says to trade for them.
Good luck. GG.
But yeah, it's.
I'm already ready for this. I
I don't know. I'm still on the fence ish about it because I feel like they're making a 3DS game for the Switch,
that's fine.
which
I
for
don't
me, after Breath of the Wild and that kind of stuff.
I haven't bought. I'm so
Galaxy.
far behind in games.
Right,
now.
you're yeah, I know.
I
that's
haven't
the
bought
other-
Crash, Team Racing.
Microtransactions.
I haven't done Marvel yet.
Yeah,
Marvel.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done
I'm
that yet.
I'm hit or
I'm
miss
so
about
far
Marvel.
behind.
I keep tossing and turning about Marvel Ultimate Alliance because it's like I read that you need it gets real button mashy and real
Yes,
grindy,
it's
Well, it's always been.
and that's fine. But it, like I don't know.
But so that's the thing. Like, if you were into the old games, Ultimate Alliance totally good. Like, it's
I would only play that with people, but then
Yeah.
I don't see you guys as often to play with other. And I'm not giving a controller to my wife. She's gonna be like, "Can I be Spider-Man?"
Yes.
And that's all she would use.
Yes.
So?
That's
And
all I
it's
use.
like, I don't know.
So? I don't see a
At
problem
the
with
most,
this.
but she would get bored real quick.
I don't
is
see a
what I'm
problem
trying to
with
say.
She
Like,
can use Spider-Gwen.
she would like Spider-Man a little more. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird Marvel. I would love to play more of it.
But
I
that's
just
just an example. I have too many.
So many on the back burner.
It's not even. I don't even know if I can get.
I don't know. We just breathed
right away.
We just breathed new life into Call of Duty last night.
Because it sounds like we're going away from it.
Prop hunt, baby.
Oh man, it's the new esports.
Got Brian back into it.
Did he play last night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was not available.
No, he wasn't sure if he
he played for like
His-
2 or 3 rounds,
yeah,
and then
his the flight that he had to go pick people up from got delayed, so he had some time.
Guy went on late last night and he wasn't on.
No, he didn't come back because he went
Yes, he
for.
did.
Oh, he
He
went
went
for.
on about like 11:30.
Oh, he was out for dinner with them. So
I was out.
He
I was
went on at 11:30.
yeah, we were gone by 10.
I was yeah. I was.
I know.
I was already sleeping.
I know. I come on finally and no one's there.
I went to bed. Actually, I didn't go to bed. I watched a movie.
Exactly.
I actually did went to bed.
I watched
I
the
actually
movie.
did went to bed. We breathed new life into that game. It's a dumb mode.
Prop hunt is dumb, but it's
all kinds of fun.
It's nice after like we'll have those nights where like even we stopped playing.
I was tired.
I
couldn't focus.
We were tired. It was just one of those like we were losing handedly. Like
No.
it's like 75-15 in every match, and you're just like I can't focus. I can't find them. I don't even know where I'm getting shot from. Like
We'll talk about prop hunt later. Yeah.
But you're just having one of
Yeah.
those nights, and prop hunt was one of those things where it's like after losing so badly, prop hunt is. I'm a tree, dude. I was a tree.
I was a blue crate.
I was a moving tree.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it in the post-credit
Post-credit
show, which is coming up in about 5 minutes.
We'll let you know what it is there.
So while you're waiting, go to barrelrollnews.com and find all of our social media links.
Subscribe to all of our YouTube channels,
Yes.
Twitch channels.
All of them,
comment.
'cause we have 800 YouTube channels.
Comment on all of our stuff.
Yes.
Just hit that like button.
Do it.
Not even just hit it. Just gently smash it. Gently smash it.
Have to
like-
smash it.
Just-
Boop boop doop doop boop smash it.
no, don't you pressed it more than once. You got to it's a
You pressed it twice now.
I,
You unsubscribe.
Boop doop boop boop boop. Smash 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 smash.
and then remember to
smash,
hit that
smash.
bell so you know when we're coming online
Yeah.
and doing all of our stuff. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with the post-credit show.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.